Yeah, now you got me out in the deep. Feeling I'll be wrapped around your neck. When you burn me out like a cigarette. Yeah, drifting in the city, no sleep. Don't know where we headed for next. Maybe we should get lost in the sweet escape. You tease me and you touch me. I'm going crazy about it. Keep saying that it's nothing. So tell me what to do. I'm losing all my cool. Feeling like ain't nobody else around us. Ain't nobody else around us. Got me breaking all my rules. It's only me and you. Feeling like ain't nobody else around us. Ain't nobody else around us. Yeah, tell me lies like you mind. Crazy how the time flies. We be getting sky high. So what? Hey, no rush. Hey, turn the lights out. Do you wanna level up? Baby, let me fill your cup before we out of here. Do you wanna take it slow? Just let me know. You tease me and you touch me. I'm going crazy about it. Keep saying that it's nothing. So tell me what to do. I'm losing all my cool. Feeling like ain't nobody else around us. Ain't nobody else around us. Got me breaking all my rules. It's only me and you. Feeling like ain't nobody else around us. Ain't nobody else around us. Yeah.
Disney and Pixar invite you to kick off your summer on an out-of-this-world adventure.
Engaging hyperspeed.
I knew aliens were looking for me.
Experience intergalactic cuisine,
A glass of glor. So good.
advanced technology,
Allow me to adjust your gravity. On. Ow.
and some extraordinary places.
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
This is the bathroom.
Wow.
Catch Disney and Pixar's Elio. Now play. Tickets available now. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with savings of 20% or more on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save even more with lower everyday prices on over 10,000 items, now including select varieties of chicken, bacon, and cheese. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Living around potential targets such as military bases and chemical plants may be advised to
Hey, kind.
Он забрал всю нашу боль. Spice on, spice on, spice on. Spice on, spice on, spice on. Освобождает от оков. Любовь ведет меня. Он забрал всю нашу боль. Spice on, spice on, spice on. Spice on, spice on, spice on.
Oh no, I called you plenty, how you wanna run? Shit, we've got a warning, have you had enough? You want me to find it tonight, I wanna find it tonight. I'm changing you back, oh no, you gotta know how to find you. I'll follow the tone, all the lights that surround you. Wherever you go, gotta know where to find you. Do you think I'm crazy for choosing love? Baby, I wanna be with you for the long. I think I wanna make it go on and on. Baby, I think I'm crazy if I don't know. I called you plenty, how you wanna run? Shit, I've got a warning, have you had enough? You want me to find it tonight, I wanna find it tonight. I'm changing you back.
Stay a moment. All my walls are falling, and my heart is beating loud until I hit the ground. Will you stay around until I hit the ground? Will you stay around? Find me in the clouds until I hit the ground. When you're leaving, can't escape the feeling. You got me spiraling down. If you hold me, baby, we can go all in, baby. I'll be yours and you'll be mine. Get me high till I hit the ground. Will you stay around? Find me in the clouds.
T-Mobile Home Internet is about value, benefits.
What you doing, Zach?
I'm rehearsing for our T-Mobile Home Internet commercial. There are so many benefits and awards. You got to talk really fast.
Well, let me try. T-Mobile Home Internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow.
Try singing it. Just one chord. It's an easy set.
Easy set.
We're a pretty good duo.
It's pronounced duet.
Get T-Mobile Home Internet, just $35 a month with our 5-year price guarantee.
We love to binge watch.
And now with Lake City Bank Digital, we binge watch our money.
It has
upstairs alone. Girls, what are you doing?
And we are
like a damn guppy.
live.
Whoop whoop! All right, everybody, mic check. Are we coming in? Can you hear us?
1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna try and sidle into camera here without flashing anyone.
That would be good.
Yeah,
because cameras are live.
I'm just gonna pick the camera up because it's a lovely little webcam that I can move around. We're just gonna do this, and then we're gonna put it back. Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Yeah, I would say just turn it off, but in your case, it might not turn back on. I was like, no. All right, everybody, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, get your popcorns, your hankies, and clutch your pearls. Because we got a hell of a lineup tonight. And then a hell of a lineup for tomorrow night. Because we have discussed and decided that we will be splitting the show in two. To save everybody's voices and also so everybody can, do their own thing and we can do enough of the back end stuff that it's really not going to matter too much.
Also by splitting it up, that means we can go back to doing a little bit more of a discussion.
Right.
And instead of having to rush through it and give you guys that feedback beyond just
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who the hell? So
exactly. Now, I'm trying to tell.
There are so many more features to play with when I'm on desktop instead of mobile. Oh my.
Oh boy. Char's gonna have fun. Okay, so need to know when these ads are happening.
Ad ends in about a minute and 15 seconds.
Okay. Because on all my screens, it disappeared. Oh, there it is. Ad break ends. It finally showed back up. Okay. Fan flipping tastic.
Everybody says they hear us just fine. We're good to go.
We are good to go.
Listening to the dogs.
50 seconds and counting.
I keep kind of like trying to eavesdrop to hear what the dogs are doing, but I took them on a walk before this, so they're pooped out. They should be napping, hopefully, because I am here on my own, so I'm in charge of the dogs.
Woohoo! All three.
Awesome sauce.
Now, the side businessy whatever is the fact that I noticed when I was chatting as Hold My Pen Promptcast, our new little badge saying that I'm a 1-month subscriber that Char beautifully designed and edited and got added in showed up. But for all of our other people who have subscribed, it does not show that 1-month subscriber. Now that could be because all of you are founders, have the first. It could also be because you're using your Prime Gaming one. But is what it is. Yep. And Patrick is going to
try to if you go over the first, it says founder 1 month subscriber.
Right, but go and look at Hold My Pen Promptcast, right? It has the broadcaster icon, and then right next to it, it has subscriber with the cute little purple mug that Char got a subscribe to. So or put in there. So yes, it does have founder on everybody who first subscribed. Yay, fun.
I didn't want to interrupt, but I can't hear Izzy again, so I'm gonna try refreshing to see if I can fix it because Izzy
Okay.
just suddenly cut out
Okay,
on
I'll be
me.
right back too. By
I
the way,
can't hear Julie anymore either. Okay, it's definitely on my end.
Okie dokie, artichoke. And then there was one.
I think my headphones died.
Uh-oh. That could do it.
Headphones just died all of a sudden.
That could definitely do it. Oh. We're good. We're good. The world was on fire yesterday. It's on fire today. It's going to be on fire tomorrow. It's fine. As it is, I am burning.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, that was it. My headphones died. Okay. I can hear your lovely voice again. So I completely missed everything you were saying about the badges. Did you figure out how to get them to appear? Because I noticed too, I don't see anybody using them.
here is my theory. Okay. My theory is that because they are using their we are all using our Prime Gaming subscription.
Okay.
It's coming through as the Prime Gaming. Or on top of that, the fact that they're also founders because they are some of the first X number of people to subscribe.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I'm pretty sure you can go in somewhere and change which icon you want because I found the ability to change mine at one point. I just remember where I found it.
Nope, I don't want that.
Change Twitch badges. How do I change my Twitch badges? There we go.
Okay. Yeah, tier 1 subbed for 1 month. It shows the crown. That's cool.
Why does it show as a crown? It should show the little mug.
Because it's the Prime Gaming.
Oh, okay. In the channel, click your chat identity. You'll get additional options to hide your badge flare. That's all you get. Badges are assigned for roles, i.e., moderator and VIPs. Size and dimensions of subscriber badges, settings, affiliate, subscription badges. Well, okay. Settings, affiliates. Well, no, that's
okay.
we changed.
Are you ready to start, or are we just gonna wait like 9 minutes?
I mean, I'm good. I'm just snooping. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all snooping. So,
Trying to
as you
figure
may
out.
have noticed in the Discord, we are splitting it up into 2 nights again. Okay, so we're going tonight. We're doing half of them tonight. We are still waiting for our fearless leader, Julie, to finish and button hers up. So she will be the last one tomorrow night, unless, because guess what? You guys get a reprieve. If you have something that you still want to get in, you technically have until 3 p.m. Central tomorrow. You get an extra day.
Mine revolved around the fact that I forgot to give a character a last name.
And of course, instead of just putting a placeholder in or not worrying about it right in this moment, nope, Julie had to figure it out before she could continue on because it wasn't letting it go.
Yeah, nope.
And the character was probably not being much help on this because I know which character it is. And let's just say this particular character has a mouth on them.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Technically, both of them do.
Well, yeah, but we were specifically talking about this one character and this one character's last name. So, There
I
is
kind of
that.
I kind of figured out the badge thing because if I click on, let's say, Kesha's, I can actually cycle through all the badges she has on her profile. And the
Oh,
crown is specifically coming up as Prime badge. She's also got Twitch Recap 2023, Twitch Recap 2024, moderator, founder badge, all that stuff. So yeah, if someone specifically subscribes outside of Amazon's Prime, they should get the custom ones that I put in.
Gotcha.
Why are you popping up? I don't want you. Go away. My leg is
well,
fucked.
let
I
me.
would
Oh,
like to know
I
how to
have
get the
too many pop-ups
2023
happening.
or the 2024s and 2025s. Like, I don't know how that gets awarded. I guess, being on and
Being on.
There are so many apps that start up on login that I haven't disabled that keep popping up and interrupting me. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
okie dokie. All right. Well, it is right about that time. So it's about
Yes, it
7:30.
is.
So you know what time it is. It is time for the Hold My Pen Promptcast. I missed my freaking backdrop where I would follow it down. But you know what? It's an it's an even uh I lost a word here. I was like, damn it.
Even trade.
It's an even trade to be able to say what we want,
Mm.
almost do what we want over
Don't
here
have to say use the word
versus
unalive anymore.
yeah, we don't have to use the word unalive anymore. We can actually say done.
I hate that fucking word. I hate the word unalive. I hate it so much.
So it's an even trade off. And well, eventually I'm pretty sure we can figure out or, put in a suggestion box somewhere of, hey, green screens and stuff like that. It's one of those things that it's like it is what it is, it will be what it will be, and we will do what we gotta do to make this work. But I am your host, Julia Fisher, author of Destined for More, the Four Queens Before Kings series, the Dustin Chronicles, many, many more, uh, the Double Edge series, with the last book coming out, Crossroads. To my other side over here, we have the infamous Izzy Krause, extreme reader, reading tracker, new. Well, I not new, no, not even new, close to new. Writer, soon to be author, in our kaggle of a group, and then right below me you have C.R. McCormick, author of the Dolan Syndicate series, most recently being released Luck of the Mobster, and many, many more in that series. If you like any of us, please go check us out on Amazon. Our missing companion tonight is PA Power. He should be popping in and out, but right now he's at a birthday party. So we do what we can with what we got. Our lineup tonight is actually PA Power first, so I think that's more of a plan thing
He snuck out.
of
He
him,
does.
him not being here because he knows how that goes.
He
We
does.
also have the Anonymous back in tonight. CR follows up third, and then we will be ending the night out with Trisha. Come back tomorrow night for Izzy, Dahlia, Kesh, and myself. And
And
anybody else,
any other.
you know,
Yep. And any other last minutes.
yeah.
7:25, 4:23, 7:25,
So,
4:23.
as soon as Izzy's
Done mucking
okay,
around.
he's like, I don't know what Izzy's doing over there. So I was like, as soon as Izzy's done, we can get started with our infamous PA Power and what fresh hell he's got us going into this week.
Absolutely. And I'm going to add one additional piece of information from our research, right? A lot of us haven't spent a lot of time on Twitch, so we're all learning this together, right? Um, So, first and foremost, one of the things about ads is that the more engagement there is within the chat and sharing and things like that, and there is a way to share. Couldn't begin to describe it at this particular moment. But if there's high engagement, the system will automatically snooze those ads. So, just a key point there. So, of course, we are back into Heart of Stone by PA Power, who decided to skip out because I don't know, sister-in-law's birthday is apparently more important. I mean, whatever. Yes, Trisha, more talking, more commenting. All right, so we are already up to chapter 17 in this rough draft of Heart of Stone, and it's called The Wake. Amanda jolted upright, heart hammering in her chest, her forehead damp with perspiration. Hey, you're okay. Scott's voice was gentle but urgent as he reached for her shoulder with a gentle hand, a steaming mug of American Joe in his other hand. It's just me. I brought coffee. She blinked at him, disoriented. The room looked unchanged, but the weight of stone and sorrow clung to her skin like morning dew. Her fingers instinctively found her temple. I'm sorry, she murmured, her voice raw. Last night is kind of a blur. Scott handed her the mug, watching her closely. You woke me up 3 different times, mumbling about curses, calling out some dead king's name, and what sounded like you arguing with yourself. Amanda winced. Yeah, I was probably fighting with Amalia. That's what I figured. Scott offered a half smile, then nodded toward the hallway. Why don't you go shower? Clear your head a bit. You can use the shower in your room. I'll take the guest bath. How do you know about the shower in my room? Amanda raised a single brow. Listen, I know because for a summer I stayed here. I know this place better than you do. Oh, such confidence, Amanda teased. Scott walked back over to the front door and picked up a couple of shopping bags. He lifted a shopping bag from the floor and shook it slightly. Oh, and heads up. My mom swung by sometime after midnight and left a care package on the porch. Change of clothes for me and for you. He held out the second bag and handed it over. I guessed your size. She adjusted where I was off. Amanda squinted, looked at the bag, and then back at Scott. She smirked, slipping into her best Bethany impersonation, closing her eyes and forcing herself to focus. Oh, so you looked me over and still couldn't get it right. What am I ever to do? Before she could finish, Scott was already across the room, wrapping her in his arms with a grin, tilting her head up using only his thumb and index finger, trapping her chin gently between them. Scott's gaze deepened as he locked eyes with Amanda. The way you flirt is shameful, Amanda. His voice dropped to a teasing murmur. The only thing Bethany's ever seduced is her own reflection. And even that tries to ghost her sometimes. Scott Scott released his hold on her, awaiting the next move. Amanda laughed softly as she leaned against his shoulder, the sound easing something heavy inside her. I'm not trying to seduce you. Her fingers walked across his chest until they reached his pec. Scott mocking Scott mockingly scoffed at Amanda, then flexed his pectoral muscles to cause them to dance wildly under her touch.
Patrick!
He just pulled a Dwayne The Rock Johnson for Scott. I want to gouge my eyes out. Sorry. Because now I've got this Irish looking scrawny white boy head on Dwayne The Rock Johnson's body in my mental imagery. Where's the bleach for my eyes?
Well, at least it wasn't Seamus.
No, that's another
Emotional
problem because
damage.
the guy at my gas station is a big black guy named Seamus who asks after me every single time Will goes into the gas station. How's your mom? Your mom's doing okay? I haven't seen her in a while. And then we got Kesh down in the comments singing Dory. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
It's okay. Trisha
Emotional damage.
there's emotional damage.
Okay, so we have Scott's pectoral muscles dancing wildly under her touch. Jesus, Patrick!
It's stupid in the best way.
Amanda flicked at his nipple. Tell me, would you like me to seduce you? She teased as she ran her hands from his chest up to his jaw. Flashes of last night started to form in her head.
Go on, Izzy. Go on. Go on, our designated reader. Go on.
The pain radiated on her face, causing the sweet moment to sour as she gently pushed Scott away and turned to her room. I think you're right, Scott. I will take a hot shower. Amanda headed to her room, ignoring the calls from Scott to wait and to come back. Scott sighed deeply as the morning light started to shine into the cottage. He inched away from the daylight as if it were toxic to him. Picking up his bag, he walked down the hall to the guest bathroom. He closed the door and leaned his back on it. He gently muttered, "Please let her be the one. I know it's not lust that is in my heart. I feel something stronger pulling at my soul." Slipping out of his clothes, he tossed them in the hamper. Scott reached in and turned on the water as he stepped in. The water hit his skin and ran off as his hands glided over his well defined body. He could feel it.
Patrick.
A second skin, a body within his own, itching to surface more and more each day. Amanda stepped into her room, her back to her door, attempting to calm her body as it screamed out for Scott's touch. Avoiding temptation, she stepped into the bathroom and closed the door behind her. She turned the shower knob, letting the water run until steam began to curl around the edges of the mirror. She pulled off her shirt, pausing as she caught her reflection. She had not been here long, but her body was changing. A once basic, toneless, pale American body was starting to shape up. As she stepped forward to test the water with her fingertips, the warmth was inviting. But the moment she stepped beneath the stream, a sudden sting flared across her side. Soap and hot water hit raw skin, red welts and what could only be compared to as road rash on her rear right hip. She turned toward the mirror, inspecting herself. A trio of scratches traced a curve along her hip, thin and fresh, too clean to be from a dream. Her breath hitched. Then the scent hit her. Not her tropical floral shampoo, not fruity body wash. No, this was more raw, primal in nature. That's when it hit her. It was that raw smell that was permeating off of her wet body. The fragrance clung to her like the odor of a wet dog. Earth, musk, salt. She scrubbed her hair once, then again harder, but the scent clung to her. It was like a toxic invasion that would never end. Her mind wandered as she feebly attempted once again to purge the odor. It's in my hair, like I've been there. She blinked into the steam blurred mirror. But that makes no sense. Does it? Turning off the water, she reached out for her fresh towel. She dried off slowly, her eyes scanning every inch of her skin. Bruises she couldn't explain decorated her thighs and arms, shadows in the shape of fingers or impact. And then, as she towel dried her hands, she noticed it. Beneath her fingernails, dark streaks. Not dirt, not quite. She lifted her hand to the light. Moss. soft, green, clinging. The sight caused her stomach to drop. The wheels in her mind started to twist as she attempted to find a reasonable solution. She shouldn't have moss under her nails, not unless she'd really been there. Amanda clutched the towel tighter, her gaze drifting back to the mirror. Her heart pounded. Something had happened, and the line between dream and reality was vanishing fast. Looking around, she noticed she did not bring the clothes to her room. Without a second thought, she wrapped the towel around her body and made her way into the hall. She quickly glanced where she last saw Scott with the bags. Amanda stepped out of the bathroom, skin pink from scrubbing and hair twisted in a towel. Despite the heat of the shower, her thoughts were still clouded, wrapped in the haze of stone corridors and chanting voices. She crossed the hallway toward the front room, searching for the bag Scott had said his mother left. Nothing on the steps, nothing by the front door. Her brow furrowed, her mind reeling. Maybe he took it in the guest bath by mistake? Scott said he'd used it. Amelia teased from the recesses of her mind. Oh, you're here. When I was wanting to talk in the shower, you were mute. Well, I honestly don't think he took it with him. But I can't talk now, Amelia. I need to find something to wear. All my clothes are dirty. Fueled by frustration, Amanda closed her mind to Amelia. As the seconds ticked by, standing in silence, curious and now mildly annoyed, Amanda padded toward the guest bathroom. Amelia's words haunted her. Amanda paused, looking at the door. The door was mostly shut, steam curling out from the crack beneath it. She hesitated, then knocked softly. No answer. She pushed the door open just enough to slip inside. Scott? She whispered. No reply. The bathroom was warm and humid, mirrors fogged, the air fragrant with the smell of vanilla mixed lightly with cinnamon. She paused briefly to take in the rich fragrance, causing her cheeks to warm. Shaking the thought from her mind, Amelia looked around the room. Her eyes fell on a bag resting on the counter near the sink. She crept closer and peeked inside. Boxers, socks, a button down shirt. Definitely not her clothes. Oops, she muttered, turning on her heel, and slammed directly into Scott's bare chest. Scott, damp and dripping, stood in nothing but a white towel loosely tied at his waist, his hair still wet and clinging to his forehead. Amanda yelped, stumbling back a step, hands instinctively flying to cover herself, even though she was already dressed in her towel wrap. In doing so, she caught the towel by accident, pulling from where it once loosely hugged his hips. Well, he said, voice slow and entirely amused. I usually expect dinner before you sneak into my bathroom. Attempting to. Scott paused, his eyes glancing to the floor and back up, meeting Amanda's gaze. I wasn't. I thought. I was just looking for the bag you said your mom. Amanda stammered, flustered, refusing to look down. Scott grinned, completely unbothered. Right. The bag. Sure. Definitely not just trying to sneak a peek. Shaking his head, causing excess water to fly around the room. Amanda watched as the tiny droplets of water danced across the room, attempting to redirect her gaze and avoiding looking down. Looking at Scott's warm eyes filled Amanda with a fire. Blushing, she instinctively lowered her head without thinking. I was not trying to. Oh my God, Scott! She shoved his shoulder, though her cheeks were now crimson. He leaned casually against the shower door frame, water still dripping down his collarbone. You sure? Because the way you're blushing tells another story. The water droplet danced down his chest, mesmerizing Amanda for a moment, until Scott started to snap his fingers loud and rapidly. My eyes are up here. My eyes are up here, Amanda. That's not what he says, but that's like I literally can. Yeah. Oh wait. Hey now, eyes up here. My eyes are up here.
There you go.
45 till ad break.
Do I know my friends and their writing style or what? Just saying. Just saying. Amanda narrowed her eyes. Some nerve. The only story I'm telling. Amanda, I am telling you, your towel's hanging on by sheer willpower and my mercy. Scott's eyes closed as he bit his lip. He turned around, attempting to avoid temptation. Suddenly, Scott heard something cutting through the air before he felt the crack against his bare ass. Oof! He laughed. Now that's the Amanda I know. Flirting and threatening in the same breath. Thank you, miss. May I have another? Her eyes flicked toward the floor as she muttered, not flirting. I just want to try on those clothes you had your mom pick out. Picking up the towel and covering himself once more, Scott dropped his voice to a near whisper, stepping just slightly closer. Then stop looking at me like that. Amanda's breath caught for a moment, but then she slipped past him with a glare and a muttered, You're impossible. From behind her, he called out, Still didn't deny you were looking. I rather enjoy the fact you enjoyed the view. By the way, did you bother looking on your bed? I laid out the clothes for you. The only response Scott heard was a shrill scream and a bedroom door slammed shut. Wiping the steam off the mirror, Scott looked at himself and postured, viewing his body tone and looking for any dramatic changes to his body. Dad, wherever you are, I want you to know, I know Mom still loves you. She always talks about you, from the merry-go-round days till the day I was born. She claims your love was unstoppable, yet here I'm wishing you were here. I wish Mom was the one for you. I know she cries for you at night. I can hear her missing you. Damn it, Dad. Why was Mom not enough for you? I won't make the same mistake. I swore I wouldn't have children to just leave them. I will be the first to break this family's fucked up curse. The moment I met Amanda, I knew she was going to change everything. I have a chance at love and a family. Unfortunately, I don't have years to win her over. I just know deep down. Scott was interrupted by a gentle tap on the door. Scott, who are you talking to in there? Is Amanda in there with you? Scott, you know I don't have many rules, but the few I have are set in stone. Professor Lynn's voice was gentle but firm. Sorry, Professor. We fell asleep in the living room, so my mom brought over some clothes for the two of us. I showered here, Amanda in her room. I swear, no funny business. Scott, we don't have much time if we are going to search the castle. Professor, we all know the line in the curse. I have until I am 23 years old. I know, Scott, and that is only a few months away. The professor let out a gentle sigh. I'll be in the kitchen making breakfast for the two of you. Then I am headed back up to the castle. Scott waited a few minutes, his face distorted in a brief sadness, taking a deep breath before getting dressed and walking out to the day, muttering to himself, another day older and another step closer. He paused in the doorway, eyes landing on Amanda sitting at the breakfast bar, laughing softly at something the professor said, her damp hair twisted up like a halo. But as he stepped forward, the floor beneath his foot groaned louder than it should have. He frowned. The air, just for a second, smelled like salt and moss. He looked back toward the bathroom mirror, now fogged over once more. In the haze, just for a flicker, he thought he saw, for a second, a face behind his own, watching, waiting. He blinked. It was gone. Swallowing hard, Scott shook his head and walked into the kitchen. The day was waiting, but so was something else.
Bum, bum,
Patrick,
bum.
my guy, my dude, you can't hit me with shit that funny and that saucy and then do a hard 180 like that and make my heart hurt. You can't do that. You can't do that.
No, definitely not. And
Not allowed. It's illegal.
that was one of his rough drafts in
Yeah, but I can see the bones.
recent weeks, but getting those bones out and the whiplash and the
Speaking of
teasing.
Speaking of, look who's in the chat. We literally just finished yours, you fucker. You are not allowed to be that funny and that saucy and then do a hard 180 like that and fuck with my emotions. That's not cool. That's not allowed. Go to jail. Figuratively, not literally. I don't.
Yeah, no. Let's
Pretty cool.
not talk about, a
Yeah.
pasty redheaded white boy's head on top of Dwayne the Rock Johnson's body. Let's just not.
He thinks the whole thing is just he needs to fix a few things.
Well, technically, he does need to
it's
fix
a
a
rough
few
draft.
things, right? It's a rough draft. That's what we talked about all the time, is the fact that, it's getting the ideas on paper. What is the whole point of Hold My Pen Promptcast? Prompting people to get the ideas on paper. The fine tuning, the removal of redundant doors, all of that stuff winds up getting taken out in the wash at later in the edits. We get that. What we're looking for is you guys to get those bones on the page. I mean, if you think about it, what does Trisha do to us every fucking week?
Right?
She gets the bones on the paper, gets it in front of us, and we're sitting here going, where's the rest of it?
Yeah. But no, it's like literally the motto that I live by, not only in writing but in life, is do not let perfect get in the way of good. If you're so fixated on getting it good and perfect and exact the first time, you won't actually get to make it good. Sure. Don't let perfect become the enemy of good. You can't fix what you don't have. Sir.
When you go back and watch, you will see me absolutely lose my shit, because now I'm picturing this pale, pasty, red-headed Irishman head on Dwayne the Rock Johnson's body when he does the peck thing with the rocks bouncing off.
It's not the spice. It's the hilarity. It's fucking hilarious. I was laughing so hard. It was great. I can feel the dogs wiggling around. I need to go check on the dogs.
Shit, what did I do? I hit a button. Anyway, it's fine. Fine. Oh, I clicked the button and I can share us to Facebook. Okay. Oh, yes, you were.
Yippers?
Oh, yeah. This is what happens when you rush through and get it in as quickly as possible. And I can hear myself coming back through your speakers. Oh, somebody's. I don't know. Well, yeah, we already covered that. You'd know that if you weren't late. That's my line.
Doggos are still napping. We're good.
Oh, absolutely, Trisha. Trisha says, I try to get as much to you without spoilers. But that's the whole whetting the appetite. We talk about it all the time. All good. We can tell what Patrick has on his mind these days. Okay, look. Okay. Y'all remember a year and a half ago when I did the PSA on TikTok where I said, go ahead, make Izzy cry. Don't worry about my triggers or anything else. Write the goddamn story the way you want that goddamn story written. Now, if as an author you want to expand your horizons, move into other things, look at doing open door, look at doing full on spicy, that is your choice. Do not feel peer pressure to do it just because that's what the book talk girlies want. Because I'm sorry, I'm not here to yuck anybody else's yum, but I hated ACOTAR.
Thank you. Oh my god. Mm.
Okay? I did not like it. If that's what you want, great. You guys keep reading that kind of book. It is not for me. I had Throne of Glass. There's so many problems with it, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Do not pressure these indie authors to do what you want them to do because that's going to come at the cost of the story. Period. Full end stop. Okay, I'm off my soapbox.
I liked the first Throne of Glass book, but then they went and killed my favorite character in the second book, and I literally quit. Like the moment
Nehemia.
the character died, I closed the book and walked away.
Wait. Nehemia?
The princess. No.
Yeah, I thought that happened later.
Too.
It's been 3 or 4 or 5 years since I've read it, but
I have the first 4 books. Have not read more than past Nemia's than the princess's death. Have not gone past that point. She was the only one I liked. Everyone else drove me crazy, and then she was gone. Like, well, I'm out. Not to keep me here anymore.
Stavros missed Patrick's, but that's where we're at. And for those late comers, we are splitting it into 2 nights. We've done Patrick's. We're coming up on Anonymous. Who else did I say we're doing? Anonymous, Shars, and Trisha's. Right. And then tomorrow, you still have time, you still have reprieve up until 3 p.m. Central Time to get your submissions in. We'll start with mine, go to Dahlia's, Kesh, and Julie still has to submit hers. So you still have until 3 p.m. Central Time to get your submissions in on Sunday, July 6th. Oof, that's rough. That's rough. So yeah, we could have a whole discussion about the problems in romanticy. We really, really could.
Honestly,
but we're not going to.
That could actually be a fun show to have in the middle of the week.
That's what I was just getting ready to get out of my head, Char.
No, I like it in here. It's squishy and dirty.
Hey, look, but what you do though is you don't take a hard right because if you start fucking with Finn and the rest of those damn characters, he's gonna have a shit fit. Okay.
No, I'm looking for Sven. I'm not looking for Finn. I'm looking for Sven.
Oh, then you want to take a left.
Yeah, no. See, Sven and Maggie just ain't talking.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
I'll just root around in all of your little wrinkly brain parts, and I'll find them myself.
Well, and of course, now that I have Paramount Plus, If now that I have Paramount Plus, I do believe Yellowstone is on there. So hopefully, I will be able to get back into my inspiration.
Find you some rip.
Find me some rip. All
But
right,
no,
so
I
up.
think it would be fun to have a midweek show and to like just bitch about book talk in general. Just bitch about the bullshit going on there. Air out
Well,
all our grievances without having to worry about getting tagged by anything, but also talk about the stuff we like. Just what have what me and my friends like to call a stitch and bitch, just without the stitching.
right. Well, and on top of that, we could sip and bitch, sip and
There you
bitch.
go.
There we go, sip and bitch. Or at the very least, just have book talk on book talk, right? Where we're talking about a topic or what do we like, what do we not like, pros and cons in an intellectual manner, right?
Yes,
So that
it will never be ripping into people specifically. It will
right.
never be bullying or disparaging. Just venting, venting, and excitedly talking. Just like have the way TikTok used to be on lives. The way it used to be.
Yes. Yes. All right, be right back.
I miss being able to just like go into the lives and talk about books and stuff and talk about like yeah, no they didn't, Cash. They're all gone now. The only lives I find on TikTok now are either someone sitting there staring at their book because they're reading, or three people who don't engage with the chat at all, who are talking about something barely related to TikTok or whatever current TikTok drama is going on with how we need to cancel this author. We need to do it. I was like, it feels like high school all over again. I just want to talk about books. I'm so tired of complaining about we got to cancel this author. We're not allowed to read this author, and this author's a piece of shit because they don't like this character. When I found out that they bullied Allie, um, the lady who wrote I am blanking so much. Bride, the lady who wrote Bride, Allie Hazel something. When I found out that they bullied her off of Instagram because all she said was that PETA was boring and useless and she preferred Gail, and so many people harassed her and bullied her to the point where she shut down all of her social media. Guys, it's not a real character.
It's not that serious.
It's not that serious. You just harassed this woman to the point where she quit the internet because she voiced an opinion about a fictional character that you didn't like. And when I say you, I mean the royal you. I don't mean anybody in here.
I mean, personally, kind of going off of that, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
But in all actuality, they were trying to do with the author, they were trying to do a reverse. PETA being
Exactly.
the more feminine, where she was the more masculine. And I can
Exactly.
understand that. Now, there's plenty of ways that could have been played off a little bit better than what it was. But
Yes.
still, I agree with that fucking statement. Come cancel my ass, please.
And I even made a TikTok about this. It was like, I don't agree with the fact that Gail is better because Gail is like the biggest walking piece of shit in there, other than President Snow. But yes, PETA was a little bit useless because he's the soft boy. He's the baker. He says himself he's not a fighter. He was given the traditional role of damsel in distress, and Katniss had to be the one to go and save him. He was Katniss's motivation. He was the driving force to get Katniss to go and do the shit. Katniss wouldn't have become the Mockingjay if PETA hadn't become kidnapped. So yes,
No,
in the strictest definition, PETA was useless in
Technically,
regards to fighting.
technically, if you want to go one step further, just one EDB step further, it wasn't even. It was, but it wasn't even the fact that PETA got kidnapped. It was the fact that she had to do it not only to save PETA, to save the other tributes, but to also save her family, which they intentionally put in fucking danger to keep her fucking doing it.
Yeah,
Right.
they were just baiting her the whole time. And yes, Stavros, technically, Gale was more useful when it came to war. Gale was the fighter. Gale was the warrior. But like Allie, I want to say it's Allie Hazelworth or Allie Hazel, but like she was clearly just on a whole liked Gale better, and like I fucking despise Gale. But you know what? She's allowed to like Gale more. She's allowed to say that PETA was useless because he kind of was. but he was
Now,
supposed to be.
mind
That
you,
was the
I
narrative
have not
decision.
read the books. I haven't. I've not read the books. That is on my TBR
Good.
of all of them, and I'm trying to save up enough credits so I can buy all of them at one time. I do have the most recent one. I bought that as a congratulations to myself. I made it to fucking Green Bay.
Do
So I
not read that until you read the trilogy. Do not read that
right.
until you read the trilogy.
I understand that.
Okay.
But I bought that one for myself, and I'm also gonna have to do the freaking songbirds and snakes.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
read that one whenever you want. You can start with it because it's a prequel. You can technically start with it if you want, but like it have more impact if you read the trilogy first and then go back and read
right.
it.
So either which way, I'm trying to save up all my Audible credits so I can buy them all at once, and then
There you
that
go.
way, while I'm cleaning house and doing other shit, I can actually just be sitting there listening to it. But and this is going strictly off the movies. I did not see Gale as a fucking bad guy until
Yeah,
that shit went down at
with Prim.
the technically the 76th.
Yeah. But like Gale drove me crazy because I read the books first, so I got to see all of the because like he's so much worse in the books. He is so much worse, but he's tolerable. They softened him for the movies. They softened him so much for the movies. He's a fucking piece of shit in the books because he's constantly, Katniss, why aren't you in love with me? Katniss, don't you love me? Katniss, won't you? They're just constantly harping on her, and harping on her, and harping, and just. But that's not the point. The point is, Allie's allowed to have different opinions. Allie's allowed to do that. The fact that she got bullied off of the internet entirely, shut down her Instagram, stopped writing, like, took a hiatus from writing because y'all fucking again royal. You just no. It's
Royally.
and it's just and that's one of the reasons I want to get the fuck off of TikTok. Like if I didn't have a decent amount of sales coming in, I would leave TikTok entirely because it's just toxic at this point. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm sidelining us. I'm sorry. Hell yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Put it out
Okay.
here. Okay. All right. Sorry guys, we got a little off rails for a minute. We did need that bit of information. Thank you, Patrick.
Canadian, I do that.
Yeah. Hey, look, Southern. We have 3-hour goodbyes. Let's go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Let's get on
hell.
back to the show.
right. Come on back now because we've got an hour left of our normally scheduled programming and we only have one done. That's fine. That's fine. It's actually hot in my office here. I've got the air going and the whole 9 yards, and yet I am actually hot. It
Literally,
might
in front of my
also
AC.
it might also be because of the second ingredient in my Coke, but that is what it is.
Coke? Not Dr. Pepper? Oh my.
Well, there's something in my refrigerator that I can only drink with Coke. So,
Gotcha. I think you can talk about that on Twitch.
I have a reputation to uphold. Anyway, so we have got anonymous number 3 because we've had anonymous number 1 last year. Earlier this year we had anonymous number 2 and anonymous number 3 coming back in with this marked by the Don shit. And I say that lovingly. And apparently in reverb too.
Okay, I just checked. You are allowed to discuss and drink alcohol on Twitch in moderation.
Right. So what happened last night at the bonfire fireworks
Not on here.
would not be good here.
Not on here. All right.
Anyway,
let's see what Anon has in store for us.
because it's chapter 10, Teeth Behind Smiles. The morning sun rose soft and golden, slanting through the curtains and casting a warm glow across the modest room. Clary stirred first, stretching slowly, her body sore from the night before, but comforted by the quiet hum of safety. Her bones ached from adrenaline and fear, but her soul felt a little more grounded. Beside her, Ava slept, her little face peaceful, arms wrapped around a small stuffed fox that hadn't been there when she fell asleep. Clary smiled to herself. Magic. Or maybe kindness. Either way, her daughter looked safe. Beside the bed, Anthony had moved sometime during the night, now sitting on the floor, back against the wall, one arm slung over a pillow. His face, even in sleep, looked alert. His chest rose in even breaths, but Clary could see the slight tension in his jaw. He hadn't truly rested, not with everything that happened, and certainly not with her and Ava in the same building as the monsters from her past. The stubble on his jaw was darker in the morning light, giving him a rugged, half wild look that made Clary's chest tighten unexpectedly. There was something comforting about him, steady, protective, dangerous when needed, but gentle where it mattered. She rose quietly, gathering her clothes and tiptoeing to the bathroom. The air ran softly as she showered, trying to wash away the blood, fear, and the haunting dream of her sister's voice. She rose quietly, gathering her clothes and tiptoeing to the bathroom. The water ran softly as she showered, trying to wash away the blood, fear, and the haunting dream of her sister's voice. When she stepped out, towel around her shoulders, Anthony had already stirred. Morning, he said through a lazy smirk, his eyes barely open. Ava yawned loudly, rubbing her eyes with the back of her hands. We're going to have a tea party now, she declared with sleepy authority. Oh, we are, Bunny, Anthony chuckled, sitting up straighter. His smile widened as he watched the child stretch and begin placing invisible cups around her blanket. You heard the boss, Clary teased, brushing her damp hair as she leaned against the doorframe. She's in charge. Anthony gave Ava a bow. Very well, Miss Ava. Where shall I sit? The two sat cross legged on the floor, sharing exaggerated manners and make believe sips. Laughter filled the room, light and real. Clary moved closer, taking in the sight. Had she not known better, she'd have believed they were father and daughter. The thought both warmed and scared her. Well, what do we have here? She said, squatting down beside them. Anthony's gaze flicked to hers, and something unspoken passed between them. Hunger, connection, a promise waiting to be spoken aloud. We're having a tea party, Ava announced again with a nod, clearly pleased. Oh, are you now? Clary poked her gently in the side, earning a delighted squeal. Absolutely, we are, Anthony said in a thick, exaggerated British accent. We have the finest tea in all the land. And I dare say these. What are these again? He held up an empty hand. Cupcakes, silly, Ava giggled. You can't have tea without cupcakes. Ah, yes, of course. Must have been one too many knocks to the noggin. He knocked on his head with mock seriousness. Ava's laughter was music. Clary let herself breathe it in. Mommy, are we going back to your work? Ava asked mid sip from her invisible cup. Clary bent down, brushing curls from her daughter's forehead. Yes, baby. Back to the daycare. We've got a big day ahead. Good. I want to play with Arnold today. Clary blinked. Wait, when did you and Arnold become friends? Ava rolled her eyes like it was obvious. Mommy, boys are stupid. If they like you, if they're mean, that's how they show affection. Clary raised a brow, hiding a smirk. Anthony leaned forward, his brow furrowed in mock suspicion. Are you telling me I need to have a little chat with this Arnold fellow? Ask about his intentions with my little bunny? He moved to tickle Ava, but she dodged with a shriek and a laugh. Clary shook her head. You're impossible. On that note, Anthony stood, stretching. I should probably shower before work. As he headed to the bathroom, Clary called out, "Don't forget to shave. You're starting to look like a wild man." Anthony paused at the door, flashing her a look over his shoulder. "You didn't seem to mind the stubble last night." Her breath hitched just slightly. He grinned and shut the door behind him with a click of the lock. "In your dreams, Wolfman." "Hell, in my dreams." Clary placed a hand to her cheeks that were already flushed. The daycare parking lot buzzed with the usual morning chaos, parents herding toddlers, teachers carrying clipboards, and the occasional shriek from a sugar-fueled child. But as Clary, Anthony, and Ava stepped out of the car, hand in hand, time seemed to slow. They looked like a family, and people noticed. Inside the building, the air shifted. Conversations stalled. A few heads turned. Stacy, behind the reception desk, froze mid-scroll on her phone. Her overly glossed lips parted slightly in shock. "Well, well," she muttered in a venom-laced whisper. "Look who decided to come in together. The happy little family." The final words hit like a dart, sharp and bitter. Jessica, her ever loyal sidekick, snorted with amusement, barely hiding her smirk. Clary said nothing, not even a glance toward them. She helped Ava out of her jacket, her movements smooth and unbothered. Ava hummed a song under her breath, oblivious to the tension swirling like a storm around them. Anthony offered Stacy a nod. "Morning," he said coolly, then disappeared into his office with long, confident strides. The moment his door closed, Stacy stood abruptly. Her heels clicked on the tile floor like gunshots. Jessica followed behind her like a shadow. "The way you flirt Clary Monroe is shameful," Stacy hissed, voice sharp enough to draw the attention of a few passing parents. "You walk in here married, might I add, and throw yourself on another woman's man? That dress says everything we need to know. You're a whore. No, scratch that. Whores get paid. You just look like a slut." Clary crouched down to zip Ava's backpack and smooth her sweater, ignoring the sting of Stacy's words. Then she rose, tall and steady. "You know that's not going to work on me," she said, voice cool as ice. "I'm not letting you goad me into a fight, and I've had enough of being tied to that bastard. The only good thing I got out of that marriage is my daughter." Stacy leaned in, breath sticky sweet with flavored coffee. "That child is just as worthless as you," she whispered. "You couldn't even keep your man. Pathetic. Now go. Anthony needs me." Clary's hand twitched at her side, but before she could respond, Anthony's door opened. "Clary," he said, voice easy and warm, "you really let me leave the house without shaving? I guess you were just too distracted this morning. I guess you were just too distracting this morning." He stepped out, rubbing his chin, eyes glinting with amusement. Clary smiled, slow and dangerous. No, I reminded you, but you were too busy having a tea party with Ava before your shower." Anthony chuckled, nodding. "That's true. When a little lady offers you Earl Grey and pink cupcakes, what kind of man would I be to refuse?" Ava's giggle echoed from down the hall. Stacy's face twisted, but she bit her tongue. Anthony stepped close to Clary, fingers brushing the small of her back in a gesture that was both intimate and claiming. "You settling in okay this morning?" "Getting there," she replied, her voice calm and unwavering. He leaned in just enough for Stacy to hear. "Come see me before the kids go out for recess." His tone held a promise. Fire danced in his eyes. Clary nodded and walked away with Ava, chin high, posture unshakable. Behind her, Stacy's teeth clenched. She turned abruptly, heels snapping against the tile. Jessica trailed behind, already pulling out her phone. "God damn that whore," Stacy seethed once they were out of sight. "I need to make that bitch disappear. Now, Jessica." Jessica raised an eyebrow, phone poised. "What do you have in mind?" "I don't care. Something. I want her gone." She turned so fast she nearly bumped into Jessica. Jessica didn't flinch. "Just say the word."
Oh, hey, look at that. Ad break coming up in 30 seconds. Well timed. Oh my god. I
Okay.
thought Bethany was a bitch.
Right? Y'all are Now I will say this, okay? Y'all keep giving me different voices and characters and whatnot, and I still think thus far some of my favorites have been, my turtle.
I need to write more Bodhi. Oh, I
You
love
need
how
to
you
write
do
more
Bodhi
Bodhi.
so much. Bodhi is so much. When you first read Bodhi's introduction, I was screen recording because we were on TikTok back then. I still have that saved to my phone. I love it so much.
I'll have to go back and watch the video if you give me another one and like fair warning, Izzy, we got more Bodhi. I'll be like, okay, let me go back and practice the voice. So
Yeah,
I mean
the moment
right, that moment that
yeah.
Stacy is saying that and adhering to those old family values bullshit, you know? And then I also kind of had that whole thing when little Ava sat there and said, "Well, boys are stupid. When they are mean to you, it's because they like you." And it's just like,
yes,
that's the
boys are
correct.
stupid.
Yes,
She's
boys are
correct.
stupid.
But
But it's just, yeah. Kesh has the same thing. Always cringe when the boys are only mean to girls they like shit, and it's like,
yeah,
but it's still being perpetuated.
it
So
is.
if this author were to take it and maybe even address it right there in that moment,
Yeah.
Anthony being the mature, very caring, enlightened man that he appears to be. He's constantly, some of the things that we've seen from Anthony is that he's, oh, me, man, protect. But at the same time, he's very caring and very like
Mhm.
compassionate and whatnot. If he were to take that moment and go, sounds like I'm going to have a conversation, because if you like somebody, you're supposed to be nice to them. Or like, I'm going to have to,
Yeah.
do that parental thing, because we need, as authors, part of our bit of putting things out into the world is changing that narrative, changing that perspective. And it's one of
Yep.
my fears with dark romance. It really is one of my fears with dark romance, that the younger girls who are reading this stuff think
They're
that
gonna
this
think that's
is
normal.
normal and
Standard.
that this is real and this is the standard
Yes.
and this is what they should expect. And then there's going to be the men who perpetuate
There
that
already are.
stereotype. Yeah.
There
and
already are.
and
There
get what they
there are
want.
men who are thinking. There are men who are thinking that what happens in Haunting Adeline or whatever it's called is what we want. Men have been
Right.
arrested for assaulting a woman, and their excuse is like, "Well, I thought that's what she wanted, because it's what she really like." I would have loved to have seen him look to that little girl and be like, "Well, do I treat your mommy that way? Am I mean to your mommy? Because I really
Yeah.
like your mommy."
Yeah. Of course, we've missed quite a few of the chapters within
Sure.
this and whatnot. Um and so are they together? Aren't they together? Is there
Yeah.
the illusion, or is he just acting as protector, and yet they're still, skirting the attraction or whatnot? We don't know. We'll find out when this is finally like
Yeah. Finally out.
announced who the author is and when it's going to be published, because I have this gut feeling this is definitely going to be finished and edited and whatnot and put out there. So
I have a quick question because you have the same model of microphone as I do. Is there a happy face on your screen?
yes.
That is, I just saw that. That is so cute. Oh my god.
Yep, there's right here on the
Adorable.
screen that
Yeah.
protects the mic from spittle. right?
Yep.
Is this cute little smiley face.
Like I don't know if you could. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Look.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
Yep.
cute.
Now mine is kind of upside down because I have mine.
Yeah.
Ha! There we go.
Julie dealing with the kiddo.
I believe so. Kiddo has had a little bit of a rough day.
Oh, speak of the devil, and she appears.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm always
All
waiting in
right.
the wings. You never know where I'm at.
Never know. At this point, we're all kind of just the devil that is summoned, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so next up, C.R. McCormick herself, and we do have some trigger warnings. Watch your mental health, okay? Mute us out if you need to. Wait for the dun 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 that pops up on your screen with Eric Matthews from Boy Meets World.
All of a sudden, I have to go now. Oh no, look at that! I gotta go. I'm so sorry. I
sit because I happen to know your roommate is not home. I happen to know that technically you do not have a bedtime.
Fuck. The dogs need to go for a walk. I'm so sorry. No.
No, dogs went for a walk just before
And
we
here
went
comes
live.
to help us out.
Thank you,
Salem's
Salem.
now got me trapped. Hi, honey. Trader. Hi.
And something about this. Okay, so let me real quick. It is the file is called Moonlight. Okay. And in the header it says short story compilation, but here's the important thing. The dark trigger warnings is that there is some blood and there is apparently talk about suicide. Okay, so protect your mental health.
Oh, no. I can't hear anyone. Give me a second. My
Uh-oh.
headphones die because they're pieces of shit and they're like 15 years old.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. Mr. Patrick says that his phone is at 15%, which makes sense. He's been probably taking video and interacting and whatnot, and he's not able to plug in. So there we go. All right. Shar, can you hear us? Testing, Shar. Testing. 1, 2, 3, Shar.
Hello.
Hello, Marto.
Oh no, come on. Why are you not connecting?
At least we can hear you just fine.
This is what I get for unplugging my headphones.
My gums hurt.
I broke a tooth, so I'm just kind of powering through.
Well, please remember that my gums hurt, but they are literally protected by a plastic shield. So it's like something has either gotten in between my gum and my denture plate and it's rubbing wrong, or I just need new dentures. And I mean, that is also true. Yes, for those who were not aware, your wonderful, lovely designated reader has dentures.
This would happen right before my story, God damn it.
Can you hear us now?
No, Thorin Bradley, do not tempt me with your Snapchat stories.
Okay, I think.
Do you have sound?
There we go.
Do you?
Okay.
Hey, okay, great. Now, please
Go ahead with
know that
that.
the way to my heart is using this name. Just saying. Declan, stop. His eyes closed as a wry grin formed across his face, turning his head just slightly to watch the woman come stumbling out of the brush. She looked an absolute mess, hair wild and tangled with twigs and leaves, skin dirty and cut up, clothes all disheveled. She'd truly fought to get here as quickly as possible, which didn't surprise him in the slightest. Still, he'd wanted to get this done before she caught up and had a chance to stop him. I'm impressed. I thought I had you distracted enough that you wouldn't get here in time, he mused as he turned his attention back to the carved stone slab in front of him. Pounding footsteps echoed through the open space as he reached for the ornate dagger that rests on the flat rock, and he couldn't stop the soft grunt from escaping at how hard she slammed into him from behind, her arms squeezed around him tight enough to make breathing difficult. Declan just smiled, resting a hand over top where her fingers were tangled in his shirt, his other hand lifting the thin blade off the gleaming white stone. He laughed gently when her hands released him in order to claw for the dagger, and he raised his arms so her shorter stature couldn't reach it. The fists that then pounded into his back repeatedly only had his smile growing. You can't do this. Her voice was muffled against his back, but he could hear the pain in it without issue. There's another way to do this. We'll figure it out. Not in time, he won't, he countered, grunting again as her next hit got him in the kidney. Wincing slightly, he turned to face her, his smile only growing as he looked down at that face he adored so much. The tears running down her cheeks did nothing to detract from her beauty, though he definitely preferred it when she was smiling. Come on, my lady. Don't make me recite the entire ceremony's requirements. You know as well as I do that we have minutes left, at best. Even if there was a loophole or an alternate way, we don't have the time to do it. She glared up at him, both of her fists now latching into his shirt and yanking him down closer to her. As the crown princess, I order you to put that fucking dagger down and come home, she snarled. That tone of hers had sent hundreds of massive men and women scurrying for their lives, but it had only had him grinning as his free hand cupped her cheek. You know that's not going to work on me. It never has. Not once in our entire lives, he pointed out, his heart clenching in pain as one of her tears fell to hit the hand he held against her lovely face. Well, there's a first time for everything, she all but wailed and hit him again when he stepped backwards to sit atop the moonstone altar. She followed after him, snatching hold of his wrist that held the dagger now that he was at eye level with her and couldn't keep it out of arm's reach. Anya, he chided, his arm locking firm to keep her from pulling the blade away from where it rested against his chest. It had a small thrill race through him, calling her by her name rather than her title. It also had the effect he wanted, startling her enough that she froze and looked at him in shock. You're not seriously going to let 400,000 people suffer for my sake alone, are you? That the despair and frustration written across her face hurt. But he couldn't sugarcoat the truth anymore. There wasn't time for that. Someone else can do it, she insisted, but he could tell from the weak tone she spoke in that she knew the futility of in that claim. If there were someone else who could, we'd have found them by now, he reasoned, even though he knew he was stating the obvious. No one else left in my family line. It's my blood that's needed. And even if there was someone else, we wouldn't be able to get them here fast enough. His empty hand wrapped over hers, but rather than simply trying to break her grasp on his wrist, he simply squeezed, smiling as he looked up and watched the twin moons in the sky. It's almost time, he mused, and his grip tightened all the more when she started fighting all over again. It stung, having to use his strength against her like this, something he'd sworn long ago in their childhoods that he'd never do. If he didn't, however, if he let her stop him, countless would suffer and slowly die, including her. And that was what would and that was what mattered to him in the end. The nearly 500,000 people who lived under her were inconsequential to him, but cherished but cherished by her. If they didn't complete this ritual in time, it was those people who would pay the price. Seeing her people suffer such a slow, agonizing death would destroy her far more than losing him would. He was just a knight, just a soldier, just a pawn. Hey, Julie.
Oh, sorry.
He was just a knight, just a soldier, just a pawn. She could find another of him easily. He would never find another like her, not if he had 1,000 lifetimes to look. So he was going to do what he had to in order to ensure she survived. Because out of all those people, to him, she was the only one he cared about, the one person he loved. She was practically screaming at him by this point, bracing her feet against the moonstone rock he sat on to try and pull him off of it, but he wouldn't be budged. He'd spent the last 30 odd years of his life using that staggering strength of his to keep her safe, and he'd continue doing so now. I admit, I'm glad you chased after me, he confessed, pulling his eyes from the moons to stare at her face instead, his smile soft as he watched her. I didn't want you to see this, didn't want you to carry it with you, but I think I'll allow myself this one moment of selfishness and take comfort in having you here with me at the end. Her mouth opened for another objection, and he silenced her with the kiss he'd wanted his entire life, but had always known he couldn't have. The fact that she returned it had his heart soaring, pounding in his chest. It made it that much easier for the tip of the dagger to find, and he pulled her backwards with him as he lay back against the moonstone slab. His eyes opened to gaze past her at the sky, watching the moons as they finally moved to hover over the very top of the temple. The instant the moons aligned, the moonstone under them flared with light, glowing brightly and lighting her face with an ethereal shine, painting her as the goddess he always knew she truly was. Declan broke the kiss to smile at her, not even hearing the anguished wail she let out as he fought easily against her grasp on his wrist and sank the dagger into his chest. The long blade sank clean through to his back with no effort whatsoever, and he let out a long, deep sigh. He didn't even feel the pain, too entranced by the sight of her. Even her tears were beautiful now, luminescent in the light of the altar. Joy rushed through him as the pale white glow of the stone turned a rich amber, the altar taking in his blood as it ran from his body and through the carved channels of the altar. Everyone would be fine now, which meant she'd be fine. He knew she'd mourn him, but she was strong. She would move past it, especially now that her people would be protected. And that was what mattered to her most. So that's what he had to ensure happened. The open space in front of the temple lit up even further as lines of gold raced across the ground, shooting up into the stonework of the temple itself, rocketing off down the edge of the cliff and into the valley below them. Further and further, that glowing light traveled, moving across the land that was so dear to her and ensuring its safety. Declan didn't see any of it. He didn't care. All he cared about, all he wanted, was right in front of him. He kept his gaze on her, even as she sobbed heavily against his chest. She was stunning in the golden light, and as he knew she would be. His hands remained clasped tight around hers, even as they grew cold and numb, grateful for a final chance to have her in his arms. She wrestled up closer in order to press her forehead against his, her tears landing on his face as she spat out more curses at him that he knew she didn't mean. It only had his smile growing that much fonder. He tried to lift his hand to cup her face, but it wouldn't respond. So he resigned himself to taking in the scent of her perfume one last time as his eyes closed. She'd be okay now. Okay, apparently I can't do the dun 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 because it's. Mm-hmm.
I was in a mood.
Emotional damage.
I apologize for nothing, but I also apologize profusely.
Yeah, Price is Right. Loss. Emotional damage. And Kesh is trying to figure out who's cutting onions. Ma'am.
I don't know what. I don't know what happened. I read the prompt. I kind of sat there. I kind of thought. I kind of tried to think of different ways it could go, because I kind of figured everyone was gonna go the that's not gonna work on me kind of bullshit. I was like, I'm gonna try something different, and then it kind of got out of hand.
Kinda got out of hand. And I want to know why I'm getting blamed for the onions. Hold the front door.
Because you read it so well.
I need an ice pack to cool me down.
No, I don't know if it's because I'm PMSing or what was going on, but no, I was in a mood. Hi, honey. They're mad at me. I was um I have no defense. I just started writing. I was half asleep, laying in bed in the morning. It just popped in my head and like, oh, I think I'm gonna make Izzy cry this week. Oh no.
Oh no, I'm not crying.
No, I know, I can see that, and I'm kind of glad that was the thought process in my head. I'm just like, oh no, I think I'm gonna see if I can make Izzy. No, I made Izzy mad. I heard you say that was your favorite name. That was one of your favorite names, and my stomach just dropped. I went, oh no, oh no, oh no.
I don't know if anybody is familiar with the character named Declan Harp. If not, I would look into the television show that was on Netflix called Frontier. Of course, as soon as you pull up the image of like the Frontier, that they and you see who the main actor is, you will exactly know why.
Yeah.
Declan.
For me, I fell in love with the name Declan after I watched a little TV show called Mysterious Ways that had a Mr. Declan Dunn. Oh, Declan Dunn. Played by a one Adrian Pasdar. He's so pretty. He's so pretty. Yes, Adrian from Heroes. Yes. It's actually a great show. Mysterious Ways is amazing. It's about this professor who is obsessed with mysterious phenomenon, and he keeps like trying to find all these like he's like a mini Sherlock Holmes because he finds these stories and he goes after them and tries to figure out the truth behind how they happen. It's so much fun. He's such a nerd. It's great. Yeah, that was where I first heard the name Declan, and I fell in love with it. And I was sitting there finishing this up last night. I was like, I need a name for this guy. What name have I that I love that I haven't used? Ooh, we'll go with Declan. And I accidentally chose one of Izzy's favorite names. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Yes, you did. And actually, I've heard Declan quite a few times because one of my guilty pleasures in the early aughts was bodice rippers that took place in Ireland
Oh.
and Scotland.
Yep.
Yep. And I very much liked the name. So it was like when my horse was born, right? I picked the name Duncan and had everything gone okay, everything would have been fine. She would have continued to be able to have the horses. The next time Heather had a foal, if it was a boy, it was going to be named Declan. So I would have had Duncan and Declan and those two names. But yes, Duncan was named after Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. So yeah, there we go.
Like,
Yeah.
other than you being mad at me, did you like it?
My concern here is that there was a header up at the top that said short story compilations.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Look, y'all, I have a love-hate relationship with short stories. Okay? I really, really do. Because like I want to know more. I don't feel it's fully explained. I need to know what this ritual was. I need to know how they got to that point. I need to know why she is the crown princess and why her knight, her whatever, is deciding, what's this ritual? Like, no, I don't have enough. And when you all keep giving me this short story, oh, it's just a short story. Oh, it's just a short story. Look, bitches, okay? I love y'all. But I am the kind of person that will dedicate 35 plus books to a series, to a world. I collect authors, okay? And you cannot no. Okay? I need it all. I need it all. I need to live, breathe in a world. And if you give me enough, I mean, okay, Sue Grafton, the alphabet series. A is for alibi, B is for burglar, C is for corpse, D is for
Yeah.
deadbeat, E is for evidence, F is for fugitive, G is for gumshoe. Okay, seriously. I know those first book titles. I lived in that from A through Y. Y is for yesterday. And sadly, Ms. Grafton passed away before she could write Z is for zero.
That's bullshit.
Sadly, right? And but I dedicated 25 books. I started reading her in 1996. And the last book was supposed to come out in 2020. In time for me and Kinsey Milhone, the main character, to turn 40 together. Okay? This is the kind of thing that I do. I dedicate everything. Now, there is a certain vampire hunter zombie animator series that I'm not going to name. But I have been reading it for 27 books. And she said some awful shit about indie writers and indie authors. And so I'm not sure if I want to read the last 3 books in the series or if it's going to continue. At this point, I don't fucking care. I gave her everything. And no, she wants to talk shit about me? Fuck you, bitch. Anyway, moving right along. R.A. Salvatore. Okay. And when you all give me breadcrumbs of beautifulness, I get a little angry because you are giving me morsels in that world and not feeding me my prime grade A Ruth Chris's steak that costs $40.
The reason it says short story compilation at the top is because I have roughly 40 very loose fragment story ideas in my head that I can't build a full story out of in my lifetime. So I write the little blurbs in my head and I move on. And this was one of them. And I found a new feature in Scrivener called Compile so that it didn't have to copy paste into Word and then export into PDF. I could just make a PDF out of that. I didn't realize it was going to include the title of the
name,
file
the title.
top.
It's okay.
I didn't realize.
It's okay. See, this is why we also have this show and have Izzy live reactions that are blind, right?
The compilation also includes the Roomba story and the bakery story and the spaceship one I just did, and the house,
Look,
not the creepy faces, but the one with the woman when she found out that it just wanted her to play the DVD, the funny house one. But and then there's other ones like for instance here, I saw a little blurb. Character A says, "I'm immortal, I can't die." Character B picks up hammer. Good. Like I want to write something for that. That sounds fun, but I can't build a full story out of that. So, we'll do a little short thing.
s- I'm going to say, okay, look, the DVD one that was cute, exactly the way it was. It had the full encompassing story within it,
Yeah.
right? It was the full thing. It was fun. It was beautiful, and it's almost like that was. Now I'm scared. Right, now I'm scared to go into the other room. I mean, I have a light bulb that is out now. I walked out there. I remember turning it on. It is now off. I'm like, "Shit, did the LED light bulb burn out?" Um, and the Roomba. The Roomba, that was cute. That was whatever. The bakery, I would seriously campaign for the bakery to become a novella. And maybe even a series of novellas of after hours
Yeah.
shops, right? That would be cute. Just this cute little series of little teeny tiny novellas or whatever, where it's, day after day, week after week, or even just a compilation of short stories that is at the length of a novella, right? So, no. That would be cute. That would be cute. That would be cute. But for this one,
I would like to flesh this one out more. I will agree. This was all I managed to get out in time, because I kind of ran out of steam because I'm PMSing a little bit. But I do agree. This one does need more.
see, and yes, Kesh, I understand that. Kesh said some stories need to just be short, and yes, some need to be short because it is the whole purpose of it is this woman's first time doing the after hours and meeting all of these weird creatures that she never even knew existed, and that was cute. It was a complete story from beginning to end. It didn't need to be a novel, a novella, full on series, right? Yeah.
It's satisfying.
It was satisfying exactly where it was. Hell, even the one that made me absolutely want to be a mythical creatures zoologist, keeper of a
Oh, the
museum.
aquarium.
The aquarium. Absolutely loved. What was her name?
That one's in
Karen?
here too. That one's in here.
Yeah.
Was it Catherine?
Catherine or
Caitlin.
Karen? Caitlin.
Caitlin.
I absolutely loved doing Caitlin's voice. That
That
loved
was
it.
so
See,
much fun.
those are
With Fred.
perfect. Yes, those are perfect the way they are. But when you leave way too many unanswered questions about rituals and peoples and all that, nope, nope.
Yeah, it could honestly it could probably stand have because right now it's sitting at 1,500 words. It could probably stand to have another 1,000.
Yep. And also, ad break ends. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. If you are not subscribed, you unfortunately just had to deal with a little ad. We are apologetic for that. I did also want to make mention that usually in the bottom of your chat, you're going to occasionally see a green button that pops up. If you are not already familiar with it, click it when it pops up because you get more of those little bubbly channel point things that you can use to redeem the items in the chat, like the dun 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 and emotional damage. Tell me why I enjoy saying that one. I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
fun.
Well, on top of that, I love using it on my kids.
Yeah. Real quick, another story that I have in a short story compilation that if I were to turn the bakery into a novella of sorts, I kind of like the idea of having a bunch of different businesses to do that. One of them is you accidentally list yourself as as an infernal medicine doctor instead of an internal medicine doctor on your resume. Now you keep getting requests from the underworld to go help cure demons with ailments of all kinds. I
Do you
think it's
have a
pretty fun.
drink? Do you have a
Oh,
drink nearby?
I have 2. I have coffee and water. We'll go with water because coffee doesn't hydrate.
Stavros just redeemed hydrate or dihydrate. Our lovely Ryan Gosling gif. All right, and so last but not least, we are ending on a bang of epic rip your heart out because it's either so gosh darn motherfucking cute or it's ripping our heart out. Trisha Jones. Yeah, you came
Yep.
back just in time, Julie.
Yep.
Now, she did mention in the chat earlier, and she says this is a scene from Lovebug's story, and then in the chat she said that it is it's part of Nervash, a vampire tale, like a side short story from this. This beautiful, stunning cover, just stunning. Okay. I was hungry and went into the kitchen to find something to eat. My bowl was empty, so I went over to the cold box and tried everything I could to open it. Just then, Near walked in. I scurried up to her. "Hello, love bug," she said, petting me. I pressed my forehead to hers. "I am hungry. Please feed me," I thought to her. Near sighed. "Now, love bug, you know that you already had your food not an hour ago. You can have a snack in a few hours." I gave her my best sad kitten look, and she laughed at me. Now, you know that doesn't work on me." I huffed and jumped out of her arms and went to find Sarah. She will feed me, I thought, heading up to her room. When I got there, the door was closed. I scratched at the door. I cried my most pathetic meow, but there was no response. I decided I would find someone else to feed me. So I made my way back downstairs. I stood at the bottom of the stairs deciding where to go look for someone to feed me. Then I heard something that didn't sound right. I followed the sound to the living room. When I peeked inside the room, I could not see what was making the noise at first. I went farther into the room. That's when I saw the front door open, and it wasn't anyone who lived here. It was a very tall man. He smiled when he saw me. "There you are, kitten. Come to me." I hissed at him and scratched his hand. He recoiled from me. I took the moment to run away from him. I couldn't get to my normal hiding place, so I climbed up on top of the cabinets. "Get down here, you stupid furball."
Oh, them's fighting words right there.
He growled and continued cussing at me. Just then, Near and the others walked in. "Who are you? How did you get in my home? And why on earth are you trying to get my cat?" The man turned and looked at her. "I'm Jeremy, the Vampire King. I had the lock picked so I can get this wonderful cat," he said. "No, she is mine. She chose me and likes it here with me," Near informed him as she walked to the other end of the cabinet row where she put her hands up and I jumped to her. Mhm. I put my head against hers and told her he was calling me a stupid furball and cussed at me when I clawed his hand. She looked at the king and said, "I understand you think she is worth something to you, but she is mine. She asked to stay here, and I told her she could, which means you cannot have her." "She asked you? Are you telling me she talks?" He seemed so happy to hear that. "In a way, but only to me. She chose me," Near said. "But she would be great with me." The king seemed upset by the fact I was not handing the cat over. "She is mine." "Oh, how is your hand?" Near said, smirking. He looked more pissed. "I'll give you whatever you want. Just give me the cat." "What do you not get?" she asked. "She is mine," You cannot have her. Hell, she will not let you touch her. There is nothing you can give me to make me want to give up Lovebug. Nair walked to the door. Now get the hell out of my house and never come back. I will be back. He walked out looking very pissed. She shut the door and all the other vampires left.
No. No. No, don't you. God damn it! Fuck! First of all, his name's Jeremy.
By all means, you all can make me voice a cat anytime you motherfucking want.
His name is Lovebug. I love him. I love her. Oh my god, the fucking Vampire King's name is Jeremy. That's fucking hilarious. Jeremy. I know, like poor Jeremy. Not one of them would make good Vampire Kings. Well, no, not one of them.
I'm
Oh, that was way too short.
I'm just saying I'm super incredibly happy that I'm not going tonight.
Oh, don't worry, your time will come tomorrow.
I know, but I'm first tomorrow, which means by the time we get to the end of it, y'all forget about me. Because
Yeah,
Julie
you
will
say
make
that.
you more. No. Because Julie will make you more mad.
Oh, I'm not saying that won't happen. I'm just saying we won't forget. We'll read Julie the Riot Act, and then we'll spin around and go, and another thing!
Why is it you guys just assume you're going to have to read me the Riot Act?
Because it's you!
Because it's you and I know which characters you're writing.
Come on! You've been on this show for over a year. I've been on this show for almost a year. Come on!
You're not fooling anybody, Julie.
Nah.
You're really not. Now, I will say this. I did get read the Riot Act earlier today because I dropped some little tidbit bombs while I was trying to like bounce ideas off of Julie and go, okay, what do I do? Because I got this and this and this and this and this. And I dropped a little bomb that has not been made public knowledge. And immediately she goes, ma'am, I don't want to hear any more bullshit about mine has too many dramatic twists and turns. Shut the fuck up.
Beans. I need a good shot
Beans! Beans!
Kitty
beans!
little beans.
I want to see if I can get her to do that thing. Hang on. Oh, no, I just
Why
woke
are
her
you
up. I wanted her
pressing
to
my
do the spread. I wanted her to do the spread. Aw, big baby. Her front paws will do the flex thing, but I guess her back paws won't. Speaking of cute kitties,
Gotcha.
yeah. Oh, kitties. Whoops, sorry.
Oh God. And I just opened up Discord to start the whole rolling for tomorrow's or for next week's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And saw that my beloved sister there, Miss Kesh, sent me to the Reddit community. I bleach. Because earlier in the evening, I said I needed eye bleach because I was picturing.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
They're about the. See, that's the whole thing. I don't think I'm going to get read the Riot Act tomorrow. I really don't.
It all depends on how that story takes a turn tomorrow.
I know. Look, the sooner we get off here tonight, the better I've got to sit down and hopefully be able to channel said character.
Okay, let me get over to the Hold My Pen Promptcast Discord and open up the writing prompt season 2.
You stop.
But that doesn't
saying
mean we're
words
not going to
like-
read Patrick the right. I mean, yeah, Patrick went first, and that doesn't mean Patrick's not going to get read the riot act either.
Oh, he's dead. I'm not done with him.
I already got scolded, so I'm fine. I'm good.
And mine,
she
and
got-
mine
I got
being for the
scolded
last
on
couple of
camera.
weeks, I only get like half scolded, and then it's like, and another thing, and then we roll the dice, and then I'm completely forgotten about. So it's like, technically, I don't plan on getting like,
Yeah,
I got scolded live.
Boop boop
You're they're at least gonna wait until they're in Discord before they read you the riot act. I got read the riot act on camera in front of everybody.
Well, I didn't even get the riot act last week in Discord. It was like, wait until we get over to Discord. Got over to Discord. It was like, okay, now we need to talk about this and talk about that. I'm like, all right, really? You're not gonna? Nope. Okay, here we go.
My temper
be fair-
my temper burns out so fast. I let go of anger.
See? And not only that, like as soon as we close out on Saturday nights, I am prepping the website. I'm prepping the Discord. I'm doing the newsletter. I'm doing all those things so that I can get to bed. Right? So
Oh wow.
Like being angry is
All right.
exhausting. I've got better things to put my energy towards. Even if it's play anger, like even if it's for fun, it's just like I'd rather talk about stuff that makes me happy.
Yeah, the dice are fucking with us right off the bat tonight. 4.
Oh boy. Wow.
Let me scroll back up because I was expecting something a little higher.
Yeah. Number 4.
There, now I have short hair again.
Okay, concept. A crumpled piece of paper holding an unexpected message is carried by the wind. Where did it come from and where is it going?
Ow. Why are you biting my finger?
That's an interesting one.
Sentient wind.
34.
Alexa 4s tonight.
Scrolling down to 134. Oh my God. Can we prevent Dahlia from hearing this one?
Nope.
No.
Damn.
She's gonna read it.
I think we're good, but
She's gonna read it in the Discord. I see kitties on easy screen. Hey, you must be one alone.
Oh, well, hello, sweet pepper. That's a sweet pepper. She's being very, very sweet right now. A family moves to a new home, but strange things begin to happen that make them question whether the house is haunted or if it's something else.
Oh yeah, Dahlia's gonna fuck with that.
She has a reputation to uphold.
she really
Mm-hmm.
does. And she's already got a couple stories that go along with that. So
Can you show the camera your
Exactly.
blep? Can you show the camera your blep
Oh,
real
dear
quick?
Jesus.
Can you
3.
get the blep?
Wow, we are really.
Oh, and 3? Seriously?
3.
Ow!
Three.
My fingers!
Starting first line. Now remember, names, pronouns,
Can be changed.
titles can be changed.
Unless it's Ethan, and then you have to keep it because there's a running joke.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Peter bolted the door behind him. He sensed he had been followed, but had no idea by who or indeed what.
Dahlia's gonna use that till you watch.
Apparently, the guys found out that today technically marks spooky season.
Well, and this one's rescue mate, the Reverend Peter Hades. Because we got Sweet Pepper and we got Peter Hades.
Oh, dear Jesus.
What?
53.
Why are we dear Jesusing that?
Well, because, okay, roll 1, 4. Roll 2, 34, which makes it 134. Roll 3, 3. Roll 4, 153.
Okay.
So it's
yeah.
4, 4, 3, 3. Okay, let me scroll down. Jesus Christ. It's like it's picking things.
Oh, the belly. You want the belly scritch?
Starting first line. And as always, remember pronouns, names, titles can be changed to apply to what grabs you. She had been hiding something from me for years, and now I was about to find out what. And on to fan favorite dialogue!
Which is what we're probably going to end up going with tonight.
43.
It's 40, it's 4 and 3. Oh, the coffee's kicking in. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, I know, Cash. It's all right in itself.
And dialogue submitted by one Dahlia Mac herself.
Yeah, the way you were saying it, I had a feeling it was Dahlia.
Hold on, I got some sketchy shit to do.
Oh no, I like it!
Doo-dah, doo-dah.
I think that butt.
62.
Oh, couldn't it have been 7 higher? I have a feeling I know what we're going with tonight. I have a feeling we know what's being chosen.
Easy, Izzy.
Use this dialogue. That online course about decoding dog barks has been really handy.
Decoding dog barks?
Yes, ma'am.
What the fuck?
All right, so we have got over in the chat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Well, let's see here. 5, 5, 5. I'm voting 5. Salem's voting 5. They really had to name you Salem. They had to go with the most stereotypical black cat name. Like, you're not even fully black. You're tuxedo. I would have named you Gomez.
I guess
the dice apparently know something we don't tonight.
All right, and it is official. The Dahlia submission. Hold on, I got some sketchy shit to do.
I need to make a new file in the short story compilation folder. Sketchy shit.
Aw, and apparently Lovebug, who we got to meet tonight, is a tuxedo kitten.
Because tuxedos are amazing.
I mean, if I wanna be absolutely technical, 3 of my voidlings are technically tuxedos because they have
I've never
white
actually
patches.
I've never actually owned a proper voidling. They've all been tuxedos. I fucking love
Now,
tuxedos.
Kieran is from head to toe, all of his paws, everything, even some of his nails are black. All right. So we have only gone over by about 13 minutes. This has been much better going the earlier route, even though we've got a bunch of scuff. And we got shit fixed, and now of course we can go hang out in the Discord.
Honestly, if I hadn't been fighting with my headphones for like a solid 3 minutes twice, we probably would have ended on time.
No, and I had some issues with mic stuff in the beginning, but
And
yeah.
look, we did have a very productive conversation right in the middle.
Yeah, the rant at the beginning probably didn't help.
It probably really didn't help. But you know what I also just realized? I think Patrick was muted on the stream the entire time that he was up here.
I mean, I could hear him while he was talking, but
Right,
yeah,
but
I
that's
don't
because
know.
we're in backstage.
I don't know if Chad could hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Oh, we'll find out.
We'll find out when the thing, so we are responding and he's being quiet, but his mouth is moving. Oh, that's going to be fun for replay gold. Sorry. Just.
Also, I want just a quick note for anyone who's in the chat. A great reason to go into the Discord is we have one Discord member who I swear posts like 2 stories a day of like these
Bitzer.
little short stories.
Yeah, Bitzer. And
They're great.
actually we got Bitzer followed us when Async followed us or rated us that one night. And I've read a couple of the first ones. I haven't been able to sit down and read much past that. But it's actually really kind of interesting. I have trouble following with the neo pronouns. And I had a whole conversation with Will about the whole neo pronouns because I have an issue with them. They're not clearly defined. We don't know what they mean, and it was a little bit difficult for me to follow who was who. But at the same time, the bones are there. And side other note, Bitzer is submitting one of his manuscripts for a query
That's
recently.
awesome.
So all the love and joy and best wishes out to Bitzer with his query. Their query. I'm not sure. I'm not going
I would
to
say in case. When in doubt, fall back to neutral. Fall back to neutral. I would.
Yep. So there we go. Looks like we have next week's prompt submitted by Delia. Hold on. I got some sketchy shit to do. Keep a lookout for the newsletter. Newsletter will be set up and scheduled tonight yet. So if you are seeing this on the replay and you follow and you want the newsletter sent to you for this upcoming week and you want it sent to you, feel free to say, "Hey, can somebody send it to me?" DM me, it's Izzy Kraus Comp or Izzy Kraus Mobile. You can also DM Julie. Give us your email in private. Okay, that's for your guys' safety, and we'll get that forwarded to you. Any questions, concerns, or curiosities for that matter? I'm sorry, I just went into work Izzy mode.
Gotcha.
Put him in the.
Also, Trisha would like everybody to know how she did at Witchy, or getting
Yes.
Witchy in New Orleans. She did 9 sales, 5 books, 3 blind date with a book, and 1 book box, which is damntastic.
It really, really is. And if I hadn't said this earlier, when we were at PAC, I took the extra goodies that Trisha had sent me with the correct book cover, and somebody did take the little sticker of the book cover.
Right.
This one. So somebody is out there has picked up the little sticker of this cover for their collection at Green Bay. So
And actually, if you want me to, I can go ahead and set up a raid. So
I was gonna say, should we do calls to action and sign offs so we can get the raid going tonight? Because we've got like 8 people in here right now, and I want to send those to someone to help them out.
Right, absolutely.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and do that. Thank you guys all for joining us. Remember, stop back by here tomorrow, and you're going to be able to hear Izzy, Dahlia's, Kesha's, and mine. And no, I will not be read for the riot act because even though one person knows the character that I'm dealing with, the other person that is sitting below me, it's one of her favorites. So I don't think that I'm gonna get problem here.
Oh, now you just teased her. Now you just teased her.
Well, then I guarantee she'll come back tomorrow. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and set up a raid. Remember, follow us in all the places. Go check out the Beacons link, the newsletter, and the Discord in case you want to follow all of this craziness all week long. We will be trying to, now that we have actually a couple of things kind of thrown out there, we will probably go over to the Discord and probably discuss what we plan to be doing. But we've got an ad break in like,
ad break ends.
We're actually in ad break right now. So, there it is. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the raid browser.
Ow! Why the biting? Why the
Char,
biting?
did you see what it looks like?
What looks like?
The cute little subscriber mug
Oh,
in chat. Look at it, it's so cute.
oh my god, that's adorable. That turned out so nice. I can't wait to see it change.
Yep. Me either.
Gonna fill with coffee. Gonna get little stars and sparkles.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Ooh, the vlog bog.
They
Oh,
have
it
the least
shows
amount of
up.
people.
It shows up at the top. Raid
Yeah, you
for
can click. You can click leave to go sooner, or
to go to them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna make
We are
her
still
louder.
We are still live.